What's going on, everybody? So let's go ahead and taking a little test drive run with this. And what we are doing here is pretty much documenting the journey, man. I'm about to start doing more documentation of just my thought process and doing some basic charting here. And so here we are at ESH 2023, E-mini, S&P, and on a weekly. First thing I like to do is see, all right, where we are in relation to last week, the past couple of weeks of last month. And as you see, we've already, this is as of Wednesday, right around the end of the day, Wednesday, we're already pretty much closing a majority of last week's candle. And as you see, I see that we could get all the way down to here and close that and balance in, or it could leave it open and come in down at a later time. That's where I'm seeing it. And we'll break it back down to the daily. So here on the daily, what I've been looking at previously um, is here, this little order block area here. If we can get there, and that is Tuesday, December 13th. Just checking the close of that candle at around 40. Oh, I'm sorry, the open of that candle at around 40.22 and a quarter. And then also looking at this one, this next candle here, seeing what we can do here. And this one closed at 40.30 and three quarters. So heading into Tuesday, that's what I was kind of looking at. See, as we see on Monday, we tapped into that lower level there at 40.22 and a quarter. So I was going to see if we could get break past that 40.30 level, and then see if it wanted to. Let's see as we close down into there again. See if it wanted to tap through there again, or maybe even break higher. So that's kind of what I was looking at. And then we also got the high of Tuesday at around 40.35 and a quarter. So I was looking at those levels coming into today, and just gonna break. Oh, one more second. And what I also like to note is how we have this down here, which is Tuesday, January 10th, the where the high of that candle, which created a little imbalance here between Thursday on the 12th and Tuesday on the 10th. Just wanted to see if we were going to be able to maybe tap down back into that level there on a, as far as on the sell side basis. And so, like I said, so the high of that is 39.43 and three quarters, and then so that would be the low of the gap, and the high of the gap is here at the low of Thursday at 39.54 flat. So I was looking to see, like, okay, we'll probably could tap back into this area and fill this gap here. And let's just go ahead and move down to the 1 hour. I want to go ahead. It's like the third time I made this video, so I'm gonna just go ahead and run through it really quickly. But expect to see more thorough updates from me and more consistent updates from me as time progresses. Here we are, just on the 1 hour here basis. We see that we got the low here. This is a midnight price. I like to go ahead and grab the low, and the high of midnight price is basically internal ranges for where liquidity could easily tap to, and that's just on a 1 hour basis. And we'll move down to the 15-minute to see if we see anything there. And you can already tell that it was a bit of consolidation, just accumulating right around that price, right through majority of London session. And so here we are. And so what I'm looking to do is just find what's that midnight open price there for right around New York time midnight open. And basically, if you haven't realized by now, this is all based off of ICT, smart money concepts. You know, I actually started taking this more seriously kind of around the end of the summer this year. So I dabbled around with it earlier in the year, and in April some other people that were teaching some concepts, but I found some success with it, but I felt like it was some gaps in my understanding. So I felt like I might as well go to the source, and it took me to ICT. And then he has a wealth of knowledge and things that's all the way back from 2016 and earlier. And it was just like, as someone who loves soaking up information and loves trying to be the most, just kind of what this is with money. So anything dealing with money, I always want to have my I's dotted, my T's crossed with that. And it gives you so much information, so much explanation, and gives you the psychology a profitable trader in so many different ways. I love the fact that you can go scalper, day trader, um, or you can do swing positions, short term trading. So that's what I loved about it, because many of the other people that I encountered, they were, oh, I'm a swing trader, or I'm an intraday trader, or I'm a scalper. But I love that ICT was able to provide uh, basis for profitability, not guaranteeing that, but using the concepts and that mindset, you're able to figure out what's going on in pricing, that mental thought process behind it, and then you're able to go ahead and then tailor it to whatever you see fit. And then, like, this is something that I noticed before also. You see, as it taps into this fair value gap here, right there at the same time, right around that 9:30 right around that 8:30 candle, excuse me. And so I'll just note that out there. I try not to be in moves like this, because I know we had core PPI, I believe it was today, which is a kind of inflation related data. We know that can cause a lot of volatility there within the market. But like I said, so it just basically, you can cleanly see these buy side levels here, and we'll just quickly annotate that it's buy side. Then we have sell side down here, and what I these are kind of like the first major highs and lows that we see right after 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is here. And then even we have these lows here. We'll break down to the 5 minute, and we'll be able to denote these smaller lows of internal range. So here we go. All right, down to the 5 minute. Like I said, we got the low here right to the left of it, which occurs right around 10, almost 11 o'clock. And then we have the high right to the left of here. So that's internal range, and that's external range. And we'll make the external ranges a little bit more defined, the lines more defined. So that'll be my level of, you can use different colors or whatever you want. You can, usually I'll write it in. I can just say that, like, first high before 12. Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I can kind of see it, but since we're trying to be more visual, create a video for you guys, I'll go ahead and do that first low. And this is just a basic concept that I feel like people may kind of miss. Just figuring out what's the highs and lows right before 12, and finding just the basic concepts of, okay, buy side to sell side that ICT loves to talk about, with rating stops. Or so here we are. All right, so here we are. This is right. These are the areas right before 12. This is 12. And then what do we see? We see a drop down. Okay, so we sell off a little bit, and then we take off towards where? Towards that first high before 12. So this is the first internal range liquidity that's attacked. And then what do you expect it to do? And look, well, first off, as you can see, let's break it down a little bit more. And this is still on a 5 minute, by the way, too. Usually I'll definitely take it down a little bit further. But I just wanted to show you guys. You see it bow into this level. We got an order block. This looks like something like a lower time frame fair value gap imbalance, and then taps right in to buy side. And then what after it grabs buy side, you see how it creates this equal highs right here. This is a algorithmic indicator that I usually see something that, okay, we see the algorithm is doing something. Like, even if you aren't showing a direction, this is just a signature that the algorithm is in fact working, is doing this thing right now. You see how we have these equal highs, all of these. What's this one? The high for this candle is 40.19 3/4. The high for this one's 40.19 3/4. The high for this one is 40.19 3/4. So the fact that all three of those candles create like a nice even high. And what's this candle right here? 40.19 3/4. So there you go. That's clear indicator that we have buy side liquidity right above these levels. What does it do? It taps into it. And then what's the next thing it's going to do? Sell off right down into it. And look at these right here at the same level. I'm believe 4,007 3/4. And what's this one? 4,007 3/4. Another algorithmic indicator, just letting you know that something's occurring here. And then wow, this is all through London, and then starting to get towards New York session. And then, like I said, 8:30 open, and so we'll do the same thing with 8:30. I usually go ahead and get a price level set for the open there for that price, and then we'll also just compare that with 9:30 real quickly. Basically, right here with this, like I said, that lower candle, that lower green objective. We just go back to the daily real quick, and I'll show you this one right here, that lower objective at the 40.22 level, and so we're back down at the 5. And so, bow, what happens after it taps into this sell side? It starts spooling up higher towards the external range buy side, which is basically just coinciding with buy side created here during Asian session yesterday. And then we wanted to see if it potentially could tap into the high from yesterday, but you see it failed to run that high. So that's another indicator letting you know. And the fact that we did it at 8:30 already, many people could be seeing that as a signal for something. Like that's another form of what buy side liquidity created at this level. And we'll go down to the lower levels there. I just wanted to give you a brief overview. So we see we attacked a lot of levels of buy side here, attacked these levels, tapping into this order block, and then guess what? We headed straight to the sell side created here. And then eventually these lows that I denoted also previously. And like I said, I had a few different lows denoted as well based off of certain things. Like we got this candle. That was the first one that I originally was looking at. Like that was my first lower objective to see if we can get there. And if we break down through there, then we have this low, and then we have the closure of this. We'll actually just make this a different color so it's a little bit more recognizable. And usually I'll make it a little bit just anything on a daily, I'll try to make it a little bit more pronounced as well. Like, okay, like that's a higher time frame level. But so yeah, back to where I was talking about. So this one right here, 49.61 and quarter, which was basically the low from the 13th, from Friday's low. And then here we go, we also have Thursday's low. And then, we just keep going and attacking further and further. You got the low from Wednesday, right around that area, 39.45 level. So I saw all these potential levels, but like I said, once we reach through sell side, I felt like we would be confident at least enough to get. I was confident enough for us at least to get to this 39.61 level, which was, like I said, Friday's low. And then we'll go down and let's see. This is a 5-minute, so let's see. Once we attack buy side, what are we doing? We attacking sell. We were saying, can we attack sell side now? And you can do a bunch of things with this. I'll just play around with it. These are just things that I kind of do as I'm in hindsight, and then I'll do some videos, more videos for you guys. Pretty much just doing live. What is my thought process in the live? But that's basically the thought process that I had going through the day, breaking it down, going through the morning. And as you see, this was my optimal. Like this was just easy setup here. You could do this one like nice to 1.75, or if you wanted to, you felt better here on a 5-minute, that gives you around 6 pip stop, just taking it to that next candle's high. And there you go. You got about 45 pips just going to that 39.6150 level. And then, of course, and like I said, this was on a 5-minute. And then also we have entries there on let's take it down and see what we see in relation. It's the 3-minute. You also got this right here. which is, it kind of makes sense. The fact that we broke past sell side and we had some strong sell side imbalances to sell side, kind of making you feel okay. Well, obviously we still have lower objectives. We've tapped all the buy side objectives that we pretty much wanted to for the day. This is why I take that off sometimes. It's kind of annoying with the levels, but there you go. This is another entry that just makes sense. This little imbalance created between here and here taps right back into it, and then yeah, you could sell straight down, and you could same thing. 3 minute, you can use this high of the candle like ICT teaches, or you can use this swing high up here if you're super scared, and you could attack that same thing at 39.61 level, and look at you risking anywhere between 3 to 6 pips, and you're taking home 26.50. So that's beautiful. And then we're just going to go to the 1 minute and kind of go over and see if there's anything, that we saw, any kind of things that's standing out on this side. Like I said, this was kind of, as you can see, it's kind of just ranging throughout, from between this first high and first low. It's kind of ranging through that whole London period. And then as we get closer to 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, we start breaking out of there. And then as we get towards this 8:30 level, like I talked about, we start seeing real moves like bow. And look at here, right here is you see how price it plays around midnight open this entire time, and then it creates a displacement higher, returns right back to this midnight open to create a level of just ideal like psychology when it comes to entries. You want to enter on the lower side or as close to it to that open if you're expecting to see some expansion up to the upside. Like we were still looking to see, waiting to see if we could see some expansion up to the upside, and eventually we did tap that buy side there, right on the other side of 930 there. And then once we've tapped all that, but we're sweeping, we're not seeing anything closing above these level. No candles close above this level, as you can clearly see. But we got a couple wicks. We only have one real wick that wicks up and it fails instantly. So that's a sign. And then here we are on the sell side. The reason all of this up here, this could be something. But for me, I would like to see some type of break of structure. I'll use that as the first impulse downward. And we like to see a break of structure at that level. We can see a break of structure at that level. Then we may be feeling like inclined that, okay, we can look for sales. And within that, once we broke structure, you see we got the imbalance breaking structure right here. That looks amazing. And you have a little gap right here that's tapped into. And you can honestly be in there, right around here, right at this midnight price. And then take that down. So that could give you even, tight stop. And you have a wide range to play with. It's just playing around with it. See, another 1.75 all the way up to 5 pips. And if you were lucky enough to get in on this, you're down to upwards of 50 pips. And so that's the thing that I love about these type of moves. Okay, you missed this move. You missed this move, and you back in and bow. You can easily take that and got this imbalance here. Like I said, you missed that move. And then look and see how it looks like on the 1 minute. The fact that this is the same move that was an imbalance on the 5 minute. And this is, look at it. It's just basic order block here on this 5 minute, on this 1 minute. You see it's a basic order block, taps into it, and never is able to close above that level and sells off. And then here on the 1 minute, we have an imbalance also. So this was the secondary imbalance that I saw. And on the 1 minute, it's an imbalance also. And it gives you even more confluence here. These order blocks, all of this, you're going to be right above any one of these order blocks and be out. and use that as a stop. So all in all, a pretty good day. I'll be honest, like because of the fact of PPI and just other things that I got going on, and the fact that I was kind of up a little too late, just messing around with London, and that's the thing. Why I kind of usually scratch London. Sometimes if feel like I got things to do in the morning or whatever, I'm up. I'll play around with it. But many times you don't realize you're in the range, so that's why I like to use these because it'll let you know I'm in the range, the same little area from Asia session. We haven't broken out of that, and once we've broken out of that, you could have even used this as a breaker structure. This breaking this as a breaker structure as we broke up here, and then found your way in right here, and then I use fibs all the time also, so I just play around with it, especially after the fact. Like, see, just to see, okay, that's an OTE entry right there on top of it being the filling of the full filling of these imbalances that were created there. So I think that's really interesting. And then look, as you can see that this you know half a standard kind of coincides nicely with like 40, 30, and 3/4. Like it kind of coincides right nicely with this, so that could have been something just to um, be a take profit level. That's pretty interesting, man. That's pretty much all I have today. And then what another thing that I would usually do is try to find some any other confluences. Like would this be could this be used as a measuring the fact that it was like a clear manipulation of data, data manipulation. Does this okay, so you can get there and you look at you somewhere around here 39.65 um right here into this line. So it makes sense. Today was one of a great day. I just love doing these type of recaps. In addition to watching it live and in action. Okay, where was I wrong? Where was I? Like I said, my biggest thing was I saw some great moves during London, and maybe a little too fixated on the fact that and not enough awareness towards the fact that this is still a small range from created from yesterday. I mean from Asia session. So honestly, anything inside of that, I mean you can trade it, but it's like I would have been looking for like I want to be in moves that are decisive. Like this is a decisive move, and they make so much more sense. We tap buy side not once, not twice, but over like around 3 times, and it just makes so much sense. And the fact that we never close above any of these levels is kind of letting you show this a failure. And then we have that breaker structure. So that was my ideal move, of course, with this ICT. Why I love it. It's tailored to you. So it's so many different ways and places you can get in, especially when you start dealing with all you need is 5 handles. If all you need is 5 handles, like that's anywhere on here. That's any you can put this. That's 7. You can put this anywhere on any of these moves. Like you know what I'm saying. So it's really easy. It's really simple, and it kind of takes away a lot of the pressure. And the biggest thing that adds to the pressure is going to be the fact that we continually feel like we need results instantly. You like shit. I need to run it up this week. I need to reach my goals or a certain number goal by this week. When, like I said, I haven't even been in a full year up to this point immersed in being a daily student of ICT. Casually, yes, and other schools of thought for sure. Like I definitely, but even this time last year, I was just starting kind of taking it even seriously. All right, let's dive into these live markets and start because I was dealing with a lot of micro accounts and smaller numbers. And I'm like, you know what? Let's see if we can uh, get out of the tens and the hundreds and the thousands. And within the first few months of me putting my mind towards that, I was able to, reach goals and make the same amount of money that I was making in a week or a couple of weeks or even a month. Do that in the course of a few days or even a day or even a week. So I just feel like I'm excited, and I feel like we're going to continue to level up this year. The fact that I've been gearing a lot more towards ftmo accounts and trying to understand the different ins and outs of being funded trading and things of that nature. So that has kind of shifted my focus. I've been, because it's a lot of dealing with demos and things, but we are building the micro account back up. And like I said, after I'm going to probably, like I said, within the next couple of weeks, go ahead and start moving into an actual getting back into the challenge. Took a challenge a couple of times, and at the end of the year, and I was able to pass all the requirements, but the 10%. So I have a free challenge just kind of waiting on me for the 50 FTMO $100,000. So I'm gonna probably start gearing back up into that. I wanted to let all of the weirdness, wonkiness of the holiday season pass, and now we're in that entering that era, and probably, like I said, the seasonal tendencies kind of fall in line around February and things. I'll be picking up back around there, and I'll definitely be documenting that journey. And so that's why I've been. This is every day for me. We at least got to spend some time. And I'll spend even more time, but I wanted to take some time and document it for you guys. And maybe I could be a resource for somebody that's going through something similar, or at the beginning of their journey, or even somebody who's further along that can just use this. Like, oh, I remember when I was there. Or even if you aren't seeing success at that point, just understand that, you know, and if you are someone that is kind of a little bit versed with ICT but not deeply, go check out his Twitter. This is the best time, the best resource. He's out here calling levels. Like I said, these levels is 31. That's what I loved about it, because I just downloaded the Twitter app. I didn't have it, so I was coming late. I wasn't getting notifications when he was calling levels or doing certain things, and so I noticed, look, later in the day, that I had the same level, the 3961, and a level that he had, and that he ended up calling, but I had that already out from last night when I was dealing with the London session and everything. So I woke up the day later, and I was like, oh, okay, so it feels good. It's like, okay, you're on track, that you're seeing some level of progress, and now it's about the execution. This is the year of execution and applied knowledge. Um, so I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to start to now that I'm grasping these concepts, and like I said, start applying these concepts to real life, real money, real challenges, real and getting real payouts, man. Real, like I said, and smashing through my goals of last year. Where I was saying I made over $1,000 in a day, over $3,000 in a week. I definitely want to smash through that this year, and get to the $5,000 and $10,000 in a day and in a week level, and get to five figures, per week. So those are my goals, and I have other videos talking about my goals and things as I prepare more so mentally, prepare the channel, and prepare everything for diving back in these live markets and getting into these diving and participating in this challenge. So looks like that's ICT. Like I said, I had to get these notifications to kind of and like I said, the biggest thing, the other thing is, like I said, I in one of the videos that I did that actually didn't get recorded fully, I had the Pro Plus membership, and I had everything, all the bells and whistles with TradingView, kind of going through a transition period with my finances and the job, because I want to find something that's more tailored to, like I said, this is going to be my full-time thing. And, we have other businesses and other ventures as well, but kind of haven't taken control more so of my time. So I'm in a little limbo period. So first thing though I'm getting is remove this delay off of futures and stuff. See, my shit is delayed by 10 minutes, and that's kind of detrimental. So even to the learning process, like I'm saying, he's going live. He's talking live prices. Don't be like me. It's probably in the next video you'll see me already switched it out. But that's pretty much it. Let me know if y'all got any questions. Let me know if y'all like this format. Do y'all think I should just get back to regular screen recording? Do y'all like seeing my face? Or just stick with me along this journey. At the end of this year, we're gonna be able to look back at some of these videos and see the progression that's occurred. So that's all for now. Love y'all. Peace.